Okay, so we're going to do a quick little review lesson on graphing equations. If your equation is already in the form of y equal mx plus b, then you are ready to start graphing. So we're going to review how to graph. Number 1, start at b, the y-intercept. Well, in this case, the value of b is -4. So we're going to go to a coordinate plane and go down to -4, plot a point, and we've started graphing. The second step, number 2, is to use m, the slope, for rise over run. So in this case, m is 3/2. It's already written as a fraction, so we're ready to go. If it's not a fraction, write it over 1. And so we're going to start from our starting point, -4, and we're going to rise 3, run 2 to the right. Rise 3, run 2 to the right. Keep plotting points all the way through. Rise 3, run 2 to the right. We can go the opposite direction because it's the same thing as saying a -3 divided by a -2, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So starting from our y-intercept at -4 on the y-axis, we can go down 3, 2 to the left, and plot a point. Then our very last step, step number 3, we just draw a line, and we will finish graphing this equation. So I'm just going to get a line and go through all of these points. Notice that I did extend my line throughout my coordinate plane, and I'm done with that graph. For our second equation that we're going to graph, it is not yet in the form of y equal mx plus b, so we're going to have to do some work before we graph. So our first step is to write in y equal mx plus b. So I've got this equation, 2x plus 3y equal 9. And the first thing I want to do is get this term 3y by itself on the left side of the equation, because my goal is to get it into y equal mx plus b. So I need the y term by itself. To do that, we're going to get rid of 2x by subtracting 2x from both sides of the equation. It'll cancel on the left side, and we just have 3y, the y term by itself. On the right side, we have 9 minus 2x, which are not like terms, so they cannot be combined. So we just bring them down. I'm going to write my x term, -2x first, and then my constant, +9 last. Now we want to get y by itself. So we need to get rid of this 3 that's in front of y by dividing both sides by 3. What we do to one side, we're going to do the other. And so 3y divided by 3, the 3's cancel out. We just get y. And on the right side, we're going to take -2x and divide by 3. And it's just a fraction, -2 over 3. We can pull it out from in front of x since it's in the numerator. And we get -2/3 x. And then we'll take the second term, 9, and divide by 3. 9 divided by 3 is +3. So we've now written it in y equal mx plus b. And our second step is just to go ahead and graph it. When we reviewed how to graph an equation a moment ago, but just a quick reminder, you start with b. In this case, it's 3. And then you use the slope, in this case -2/3, for rise over run. So I can go down 2, right 3, down 2, right 3. Or I can go the opposite. The other direction would be +2 over -3. They both have a value of negative when we say a negative divided by a positive or a positive divided by a negative. So if I go to this direction, I'm going to go up 2, left 3. And now I'm just going to draw my line through the points. and we have graphed this equation by first writing in y equal mx plus b and then using the y-intercept and the y-intercept to graph a point and the slope to get additional points. And we're done.